Hi friends, how are we doing? It's Martin here. Hope you're well. So, I've talked a few times in YouTube videos and in other things about the concept of slow living, and maybe you're wondering a little bit about what that's all about, or more importantly, why I'm talking about it now in a music slot in my channel rather than a minimalism slot in my channel. So I thought I'd just address it a little bit in terms of how it affects the music creation side of my life. I'm gonna have to keep this short because I'm running out of SD card space. But I think slow living for me, now other people have written books on it and all this kind of thing, so definitely explore way beyond what I'm suggesting here if it's something that interests you. But I think the idea that appeals to me is that modern society is all very much about now, fast. And this constant busyness is something that I don't think necessarily impacts us in a positive light. So the whole slowing down process helps you kind of, I think, redress the balance and get more stability within your own life. Now, how am I doing this in terms of my own personal life? I, a few years ago, worked as an IT manager, and I had a really busy job. It was very stressful. I worked hard. I didn't take care of myself very well. I had issues with stress and depression, and I got very overweight, very unhealthy. My back gave me no end of trouble, and I'm still suffering from some of these things. My weight is coming down. It has come down significantly. It's continuing to come down gradually just by being more careful about what I do and what I eat. I left that job and didn't have a proper plan ahead, so it took me some time to get a balance in terms of career and that sort of thing. But I'm now in a good place. Earlier this academic year, I've almost always worked in school, so I think in academic years. But looking back, September and October, I had 3 jobs. I had a job as a science technician, which paid okay. It was roughly 3 hours a day. I was basically helping out because there was a need at the school that I work at. I was also the audiovisual technician, which meant I was running sound and lights and setting up for events and that kind of thing. That paid a little bit better. That was casual working up to a maximum of 100 hours a month, so potentially 25 hours a week. And then I had my music coach role, which pays a lot better, but was restricted hours at the time to 32 hours a month, so that's now gone up to 40. And I realized that balancing multiple part-time jobs, even if the number of hours don't add up to the full-time, actually messes with your head a bit. It's stressful. So the science job was only a temporary contract. That was only something that I said I could do until the end of October. And then by the end of October, I decided that, actually, the AV job I don't enjoy, and I don't need the money from it. I'd already started my minimalism journey by then, so I was stopping or reducing purchasing things and starting to attempt to sell some stuff. I'm not very good at that, but I'm okay. So I decided that enough was enough. I was happy with having one role, doing one job. So I slowed down. What does that mean in terms of my day-to-day life? It means that I can be more relaxed. I don't have to be up and at work at 8 o'clock every morning. I don't have to spend my time dealing with lots of emails that don't necessarily give me the information I need, or so then I have to chase people up. So my work life has become a lot simpler, intentionally. It's also meant that I have more time to devote to what I enjoy, which, as well as the music production and the arranging and stuff, is producing content for YouTube. It's meant that I potentially get to travel a little bit more, which I enjoy doing to an extent. Sometimes traveling is frustrating, and sometimes if you travel too much, you just feel like you've done too much. But it's meant that, like, this week, I have not got any pressure on myself. This week I am in the Grand Coloane Resort in Macau, and I was able to come away with just some simple things: a classical guitar, a few books, so that I can fully immerse myself in relaxing and in myself. Now you may ask, what has this got to do with music production? And I think there has been a goal and a push in recent years, particularly, to embrace technology and bring that into the music that we create, which I don't think is in and of itself a bad thing. You know, technology has improved music production a heck of a lot. But at the same time, for me and the way I want to work, I still use a digital audio workstation. I'm not using tape and stuff like that. But it's really helping me that I'm focusing more on the organic aspects of music creation. So I am striving to use real instruments rather than plugins or loops. I can play the instruments well enough to do what I want, so therefore I should play the instruments. I want to be able to focus on, as well as that, on keeping things simple. I fell into the trap of producing unnecessarily complicated music when I was leading Voyager Project. Our second album was a little bit less so, but it was still, we were a progressive rock band, which meant therefore that we produced music that was complicated. And I think that reduced our audience and got in the way of some of the songs and the message behind them. I don't know, there is a real need, and I've seen it in the music that has built, you know, you're seeing revivals in bands that focus on acoustic instruments and on singing in harmony and, you know, real simplicity. And even the electronic music of today is seemingly much more straightforward than it was 10, 15, 20 years ago. So I think this is a movement that is actually happening far more than just within my own scope and my own circle. I think the whole social media marketing and, you know, digital media and all that, while it's a great tool, if we spend too much time focusing on it and not thinking so much about what we're doing or using it mindfully, using it intentionally, using it deliberately, then it actually distracts us from what we're setting out to do in the first place. So, as part of this, I am striving to not do this. I'm striving to spend less time on social media. I'm striving to focus on me, on my creativity. Now, I want to work with other people, and at the moment I don't have that opportunity as a musician just because of where I am. It's tricky, and I could embrace the use of technology to do that more easily, and again, I would like to do that. So if this really resonates with you and you would like to collaborate with me in some kind of way, while keeping things slow, traditional, I want to hear from you. If the need to slow down is something that you feel in your life, I want to hear from you. Write a comment, let me know. If you think this is all bobbins, write a comment, let me know. I want to create community, I want to encourage community. Be more social, but be really social, not just social as in clicking like on an Instagram post or a Facebook post or a YouTube video. I want to engage in conversation, and if we've got to do it digitally because that's just the nature of the beast, it's still interacting, and hopefully music that is created in this way has more meaning in the long term. Just a few thoughts. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.